Why They Play the Game, a show created to discuss the NBA on and off the court. I'm just one of your hosts, Michael Eric Owens.
And I'm Ken Hayes.
Hey, my brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You representing Jordan Brands today,
Man,
I see.
like I say, man, they got to, LeBron didn't hit the 40,000. So I had to remind folks, okay? I got, hey, don't.
What you reminding them of?
I'm reminding them of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Hey, the air that we breathe. Okay, don't get it twisted, folks. Now I know some of y'all young to the NBA fam and all that, and some of y'all are seeing, LeBron's, miraculous career. Career. However, man, look, Ken, I even had to put the T-shirt on. Bro. I had to bring out the 2-3 on.
Oh my God.
Okay. Hey. What number LeBron wear? Okay. Folks, while y'all answer that question, listen, while y'all answer that question, go ahead for us as always and hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification button. And share the podcast. If you think it's of good quality and you think other fellas would like to hear it, or even the ladies, we're not going to discriminate.
Yeah, right.
Hey, ladies know the game now.
Oh yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it
now.
twisted, right?
All right. They not only know the game, but they can play the game, right? So,
yeah.
Share it to everybody. Give it to your grandma. Yeah, she might be old school, Ken. She might have she might have been watching the old folks play.
ABA.
That's right. That's what I'm saying, Ken. ABA. Back in the day. Hey man, listen. Okay, Minnesota. Ooh. Minnesota was having a great year, man. They were
First
basically until just recently with OKC coming on strong. They were number one in the West, man. And we found out Karl Anthony Towns torn meniscus. And man, Ken, what was your thoughts when you heard? Because that injury, man, he could be out for the rest of the season. I mean, that's how serious that is.
For the rest of the season. Yeah, and when I heard it, it was breaking news, Mike, this morning, where I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And the thing about it, I mean, Minnesota, for the most part, was rolling. I mean,
yeah,
everybody pinching in. They got these stars. Karl, he just having a nice, solid, good season. Everything going well. And then you hear that this morning. He's like, what's going to happen with them? It's a young team, Mike. They might pull it together. But even with everything in place before the injury, I still thought they had another season to go to really compete for the Western Conference Finals. This is just a setback for them, in my opinion, because, I mean, he can shoot it from the three, take it to the basket, post you up. I mean, just a versatile player that they had on the team that is going to be sorely missed. So where those points are going to come from, I don't know.
Well, when you think about Cat, man, solid. I mean, just, physical, but then can take you off the dribble, can shoot the three, like you said, won the 3-point shooting contest last year. We could arguably say the best 3-point shooting big man in the game. You understand what I'm saying?
Can't argue that.
As far as that power forward position, right?
Right.
You might throw KD in there, but I don't see KD as being Karl is just, listen, if he run you over, he gonna run you over.
Oh shoot, man, come on, stop.
You know what I mean? Like his game is physical, man. Like he be battling down there, man. So I don't, I don't necessarily put him in the same category with KD, man. But Ken, before I thought, I was so happy for them because they've come such a long way, really since Garnett, right? Minnesota, Timberwolves, yeah, a long way.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that they were going to make a deep run in the playoffs. But Minnesota fans, I hate to give you breaking news. but y'all ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere,
They ain't gonna
Ken.
have.
To me, I look at them. I look at him, Cat in Minnesota, just like I look at Chris Middleton in Milwaukee. You can go to the playoffs and you probably can compete on some level, but you can never win it. The Bucks can never win it without a Chris Middleton or somebody else in that locker that can get some shots, that can draw some space to floor. They just don't have enough. And Minnesota will not have enough, man. I mean, he dragged big man out of the paint.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, and what did that do? That man, Ant-Man.
Oh,
Okay, that's why he can go to the bucket now. Yeah, now all you have to do is like sit back and that element is gone, right?
right.
I don't. How do you compete, Ken, with a Denver like that?
I mean, I thought they were going to struggle even with Cat in the lineup against Denver. I look at Minnesota as the Sacramento of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Up and coming, young, um, really don't have a lot of, let's just say, real deep playoff experience. But now, Mike, I don't see it even happening. I just don't see them getting to the Western Conference Final. Right now, I don't even think he's going to come back, for the playoffs. That's just my take. But uh, weirder things have happened in the NBA. So I mean, I hate it for them. I thought they would have a good run. My money is still on Denver, and we'll talk about them later in the program.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
man, I just hate it for him. I mean, like I said earlier, having a solid season for Minnesota, you could say, Mike, I won't say MVP candidate, but top top 10 in the NBA
Oh,
players.
he's all NBA.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he's definitely all
So
NBA. He this year he's averaging 22.1 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Okay,
okay, I'll take that any day.
man,
Take that.
that's a lot to lose.
Right,
And it's
it
the
is.
points is a lot to lose, man. But them boards, man, you man, rebounds in the NBA are hard to come by. Okay, like especially offensive rebounds, second chance rebounds, man. I mean,
Oh
those
yeah.
are the things that change games. And I just don't think they have enough weapons. I mean, we're gonna see Anthony Edwards take his game to another level, though. He gonna have to,
I
Ken.
right for
He
them to continue to let's just to
for
continue like they've been playing for the start of the season. But can
man,
he maintain that?
man. He,
That's gonna be
I'm
the
telling
question.
you, brother, we're gonna have to see um Edwards take it to a whole nother level because I mean, and he's capable. Now I'm not gonna play with you. He capable now. Anthony Edwards he that dude, man. I mean, if he get going, man, I mean, Ant-Man, um, I just think he is the one that's gonna have to really carry them. And
Oh,
because
definitely
Gobert is not he's not gonna do it.
not a
Okay,
score.
so check this out, Ken. Tonight they play the Pacers. Then they
Okay.
have the Cavaliers. Then they have the Lakers. Then they have the Clippers. Then they have the Jazz.
Oh my
The
God,
Jazz back to back. Then they have the Timberwolves. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the Timberwolves. Then they have the Nuggets. And then
man.
the Cavaliers. Then the Warriors. They don't get a break till they get the Pistons in
So
March 27th.
I think you mentioned 8 games, Mike. If they go 4-4,
Yeah.
that that'd be good. Without Cat. So
Can, but
that's a pretty
can.
tough schedule coming up.
All of those teams I just tallied are fighting for playoff position, and some of them
Oh
are
yeah.
fighting to not be in the play-in. So what I'm
Right.
saying is, man, like every game is crucial going down to the ladder, right to the end of this season, man. And I just like I say, we're gonna see the best version of Anthony Edwards I think we've ever seen. And if we see that version, they probably can maintain. They may be able to go 4-4 if we see that best version of him. If we don't see that best
Okay.
version of him, they not going.
Ooh, they
I'm
gonna
telling
drop.
you, it could be a steady. Well, we see what's happening in Philly,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
I
They
man, you lose,
struggling.
man. You use man. Come on, you lose that major piece, man. And it's not just, yeah, it's some numbers, right? It's in the data, right? We can say that, man. But it is that dude on that court, and the things that Karl does, that Embiid does, that you don't even see,
But
right?
to me,
Like you.
Mike, is that when whoever's holding Cat, they're probably gonna be in foul trouble. So they
Mm-hmm.
go into the bench. That's gonna give him, somebody coming off the bench to guard him. So he gonna work them too. So you go into the line. So yeah,
Yes,
those are the things that you don't even,
exactly.
you don't. It doesn't show up in the numbers. I put
It,
it that way.
exactly. Because if I'm looking at them, if I'm looking at Minnesota, okay, um, who am I worried about, Ken? Who am I worried about on Minnesota, other than Anthony Edwards? I mean, realistically, I need to make sure that we game plan to stop them.
Oh, Cat and Amp.
That's it.
I mean, that's what you look right. Yeah.
That's it. Carl Anderson. I'm not game planning for
Mm,
Carl Anderson.
no.
Jaden
Mm,
McDaniels. I'm not game planning for him. Uh, Let me go down. Alexander Walker. No.
nah.
Nas Reed. He just gonna shoot threes on me. I'm not. And Mike Conley. Am I planning for him? No.
Oh no.
See what I'm saying is when you look at their roster,
Mm-mm.
Cat is a major. Just like if we said Ant-Man went out, we'd be like, ooh.
Oh, right.
You see what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. And I just think, man, it's terrible because they've had a great season, man. And like I say, I'm not, I'm not going to throw in a towel on them, but I'm just saying if they're going to
It's gonna
continue
be
to
tough.
compete at that level, Ken, we have got to see the next level for Ant-Man.
Yeah, I can't. I agree with you 100%, Mike. I mean, I think it's gonna have to. Someone else was gonna have to show up too, besides Ant Man.
Yeah, but he gonna have to get some 30s and 40s. He might have to get some. He might even have to bust a 50 on him. He might have to like
A 50
Giannis.
piece, huh?
I need a 50 piece. Yeah, he might have to get a 50 piece, brother, on them. And but man, let's transition. We have seen Ken, and we can talk about referees in the NBA because
Oh
we
man.
don't get fined. so so man, I don't know, man. I don't want to be a critic because first of all, being a referee in any sport, man, man, listen, I'm tipping my hat to them, to the
Oh,
men and women
definitely.
that do that, because you are constantly being criticized.
Second guess.
The crowd is talking crazy to you, cussing you out. Players are cussing at you. You know what I'm saying? Coaches so upset they spitting at you when they yelling at you. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
man, I don't know. It's like it's a necessary evil to have them, Ken, because they get no love, right?
I
Right.
wouldn't want to do that job. Man, come on, Mike.
And so, so, and with that being the backdrop, okay, does it feel like to you? Because it feels to me like the refereeing in the NBA is just not as good as it used to be.
Ooh, I don't know if that was a catch-all phrase, but I'll say this, Mike. The referee in the NBA has, in my opinion, has never been that great. And the reason why I say that, it's not because they make a bad. I mean, all refs are gonna make bad calls. So
Yeah.
let's just get over that. But to me, I'll go back to when Patrick Ewing first came into the league. Man, he would foul out every other game. Like he would be in foul trouble. It's not until he got maybe his second or third year they would start giving him calls.
Yeah. He got some respect.
Right, exactly. And I just hate to see that, you got to be a star player to get calls. And that's the thing that I just don't like. And so it may not be a ref problem. It may be, let's just say, I'm going to say a culture problem where the NBA is saying, hey, let's make sure the star players get their calls and, let's keep it moving. But to say that, I mean, we look at the situation that made this come up is the Houston versus New York. That was the first one.
Yeah.
When Brunson was called for that foul when time expired. In my opinion, what I saw, right? What I saw, yeah, that was a foul to me. I mean, if you might saw it differently. You might say, no, let's go to overtime.
Yeah.
Then the second one, oh man, New York again against Detroit. DiVincenzo, he just basically just tackled him. And they didn't call anything. New York gets the ball. They get a layup. Game over. Oh, man. Monty Williams he was livid, Mike. I think he said this is just an abomination.
Yeah. But you know what? He should have been, man, because, Detroit, to me, and I have to admit, I liked watching the Pistons play, man, because they are a scrappy team. They're in most games. They just don't know how to close, so their record is, you say, well, they only won, but if you watch them play, man, they scrappy, man, and they deserve to win that game. So when I saw that and how hard they have been and how many close games have they lost all year long, for them to have that in their grips and have to put in the work that night and to get robbed, oh man, I couldn't say nothing but amen. Because he was hot. That's it. You know what I mean? But he said one powerful thing though that I think that Monty Williams said. He said, "How can I tell these guys that when they say that they have went out there and done everything I asked them to do, they've played hard, they've done enough to win the game, and then the game is taken from them? What do I tell them?" And to me, that was powerful, man, because it's like, anytime in life where you feel like, you have done what you needed to do, right? When the bar has been set and you reach the bar and they do this. You understand what I'm saying? When you say, well, you right at the carrot and this carrot just speed up on you, So to me, it's just like, what do you say to a young team that says, man, the whole league against us? And Ken, it goes back to what you said a lot too, man, is when you a superstar, more than likely, you're going to get more calls. You're going to the line. You're getting the benefit of the doubt. I mean, that's just and some of that is the nature of the relationship, I think, when players, that they accumulate over the years. Like LeBron didn't seen every referee. He didn't probably seen some come and go. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's got that rapport with them. And that's why he get a lot of calls, man. That's just, Jordan was the same. The GOAT was the same way. You know what I mean? Like, like Magic say, we get close to you, it's a foul. I was like, y'all fouling the GOAT anyway. Get off the GOAT.
But Mike, let me just take this in a different direction just for a few seconds. Remember when it came out that Allen Iverson, the refs kind of secretly said, well, we're not going to give him any calls later in his, I'm going to say mid to later in his career, and it came out.
Yes.
See, those are the things that when you hear that, you're saying, so now you're affecting the game or the outcome of the game because, you got a player out there because you don't like him for his personality or whatever the case, or he cussing you out every night, but whatever the case may be, now you're not giving him a call. So the game is being played or ref unfairly. So
yeah, that story goes, Ken, they I guess AI had got him upset. And so the meeting before the game, they said every time he carries, we calling it. And they normally don't call, that
They don't care.
everybody carries an NBA, okay?
Right.
And every
Jason
time they
Tatum. I
called it.
mean,
So every time he got it, they when he made that crossover, they blew that whistle. And they said by halftime, AI came up to, that was Donahue talking about, the guy that got caught gambling.
no, gambling.
And he
Yeah.
said that AI came up to him and said, "Okay, I got the message." Okay. See that bothers me because, Ken, you are right. That is in the game. That's in the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
If that there is, man, I see stuff, man, like, and I'm not trying to say everybody know, Dame Time, my boy. Everybody know that. But I'm trying to say, man, like, be consistent. This man be going to the whole, he get body contact, no call. On the other end, body contact, there's a call. I'm not saying you need to call it. But if you're gonna call it on one end, call it on the other end. Man, that's, to me, when I see the officiating in the NBA, it is so inconsistent that you don't know, man, like how is this all of a sudden now? Anytime you give a pump fake, and so if they have the hand on the hip, then it's never in the shot motion. What? You know what I'm saying? That's to me, the fake itself that's all in the shot motion, because your mind is, I'm shooting. A lot of times that's part of the shooting motion to me, man. Not just when I then gather and I'm up in the air, right?
Okay.
You see, if I see you coming and I'm going up. That's my whole thing. I'm going up. Now they calling it where if you do that and you get hit, well, you're not shooting.
But the one that gets me, Mike, is this one. So let's just say, because I just mentioned him. Let's just say Jason Tatum takes it to the hole. So let's just say he gets all the way to the bucket. He misses the layup. They call that late whistle because he missed. If he would have made it, or the play would have just kept going. So yeah, that's just like, oh, come on,
Ken,
either it's foul or not.
You gonna see that probably 5 or 6 times every game. I mean, 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
We see them, and like you say, that is new. I have not seen as many late whistles, and like you say, Kent, that's all they doing. If it go in the hoop, they won't call it. Like it doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, they have to be more consistent. I don't know what the training is with these referees. I don't know what the politics, the culture of refereeing is in the NBA. But what I'm saying is, there's some stuff that's just like, bro, I'm looking through my TV and you at the game.
Right.
Like, you right there. And then I see some calls. I'm like, how could he make that call? Because the dude on the baseline, he's looking at him. The guy behind him makes the call. I'm saying, how can the dude on the baseline not see that call, man? He can't even, his back is to him. And so to me, it we could say this at the end of the day. Okay. The inconsistency benefits everyone. Like, everyone is no one is being unfairly targeted. Okay, so we can say in the end, the final analysis, whether it is consistent or inconsistent, it's everybody's getting that same treatment.
Well, let me ask you this, Mike. So do you think, because there was talk, we need a fourth ref? And in my opinion, I just don't. I don't see the necessity of having a fourth ref. I think 3 is sufficient as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, the when you mentioned that to me, my first thought was, how does that slow down the game? Okay, because if you got one more person calling and looking, how does that slow down the game? And we know what fans want now is high flying 3-point moving games. They don't want the 80s and the 90s where you know what I mean, with the 80-point and the 90-point games. They want the 120. Yeah, I don't know how that would be implemented, man. I mean, they would have to look and see, but the very notion, Ken, of adding a fourth referee tells us, you got a problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then the other thing is, they said that, there's a lot of young refs and they don't know how to, let's just say, communicate with the players because, they're real short with them. And then they seen of a lot of, let's just say, unnecessary technical fouls, on the floor. So, I mean, for the most part, I mean, to me, I think the players just get away with too much as far as the language is concerned. Man, come on. You calling the ref all,
Yeah,
out of his
I can't listen. A referee should never be cursed at. There's
or
no need for that.
belittled.
Or belittled. There's no need for that. There is, in his face. I mean, it's an emotional game. I get it. It's very emotional, but you can get emotional without cussing somebody out. You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? You
okay,
can get
right.
your point across without cussing somebody out. It's still, Ken, this is still the elite basketball league of the world, the
Right.
most professional league of the world. That can be cleaned up, right? But it's an emotional game. And I think what referees, especially these young ones, have to understand, you're gonna take some heat. That's just
Oh,
part of it. If you can't take people yelling at you, people disappointed in you, fans. Now you can't. Now you can control player conduct, but it's much more difficult to control
the
fans'
fans.
conduct. You see what I'm saying? We didn't see instance,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, man, like, refereeing is a necessary evil, man. There is nothing you can give a referee that will be worth the abuse that he or she is going to take, man. It's a high stake game. And when you are making a call or not making a call at the end of the game, just like you missed that call with DiVincenzo, then you have to
Spotlight.
expect. Oh, you got to expect for that to take place, and then to come out tomorrow and say, we reviewed the tape and it wasn't. I think, Ken, in those instances, they should be able to right then and there go
Oh,
take a look
okay.
at that monitor and overturn their own call. And you might say, well, they don't. No, no, no. They did it the following day. They came out the following day and said it was wrong call. Why
Yeah.
can't you do that in the moment? Because that could happen. It could have went to the monitor, came back, said no, it was a foul on such and such. It's still a foul, whether it happened at that moment, it happened a few minutes. You go look and it's a minute later. It's still the same play. So to me, things like that can, especially at the end of the game, right, when everything's on the line, man. When these dudes didn't play 47 plus minutes, man. Um, you know what I'm saying? That right there, I think could fix some things up, Ken. But let's go ahead and end our show today by
Okay.
talking about the the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics coming up, man. Friday. And
Friday. So that game. Whew. So is
so
this a preview of the NBA Finals? Let me ask you that.
that's what some people are saying. That's not what I'm saying, but that's what some people are
That's
saying.
okay. I think with Boston being on the road, Denver playing. They both teams are playing well. Don't get me wrong. I think Denver will win the game. It's going to be a close game. I think I'll say Murray's going to have a nice game.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going. I think he's going to be up for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a statement game for whoever wins the game because we counting down, Mike, to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So these teams want to say, hey, you know something? I got you. This is
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen if we see you in the NBA Finals. So I'll look at it that way. I think Boston, you know what they're going to do? Shoot that three.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tatum, the thing about him is that they're trying, to me, is that they're trying to push him in front for that MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to try to come out and have let's just say a great game. So it's going to be real competitive. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. First of all, Denver came into Boston and did what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so now they got them back at the crib, and you know what? This is why Denver, in my opinion, Ken, is the favorite to win the championship again. Denver knows how to win close games.
Oh,
That
definitely.
they're in no panic mode. They're not desperate. They know exactly what action to run. They know what exactly their defense should be. Michael Malone has that team like that. That team is beautiful to watch. Okay, beautiful basketball. I don't feel. I just because of those reasons, Boston ain't ready yet. Boston ain't on that level yet. And when they
You don't
went
think
into
so?
Boston, they showed them. They showed them.
Oh yeah.
We in your house.
Right.
This is what we're gonna do in your house. And so come on to Denver, come to the Mile High City, where you can't hardly breathe. Come on up
Right.
here, and we're gonna show you what we're gonna do. It probably will be close. I mean, see, this is the thing. People, man, Denver, man, barely beat them. No. If you look back to the Bulls when they played, when they went 72-10, they wasn't blowing people out all season long. They played a
No.
lot of close games, man, because great teams know exactly what level I need to give you to beat you. Ken, if I can beat you at a 5, why am I at a 10?
Right.
If
Yeah.
if I'm gonna race a toddler, why I'm racing like I'm running against Usain Bolts? You understand what I'm saying? I
Right.
know I can beat you. I'm just gonna run a little faster than you, and that's what Denver does. Denver's gonna match that level, then they just gonna go up a little bit more. And but I think it's gonna be a great game, man. Listen, MVP Ken. I'm tired of hearing about these people that are in the MVP discussion. When you take great players, not good players. Jason Tate, listen, man, I've always liked JT. Man, 6'10", turn around. I like this game earlier because I think he's shooting too many threes. Take you off the dribble,
Oh.
dunk on you. Love his game. He not an MVP. Okay. MVPs dominate every aspect of the game. Okay. No, Jokic dominates every aspect of the game. You might say, well, he's not a great defensive player. Get down to the last 2 minutes and see what he do.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
I get you.
Great players dominate every aspect of the game. Giannis gonna hit you on every level. That's just how he operates. Come down the lane, think you're gonna lay it up, he gonna throw it in the stands. Okay. If he can get that steal from you, he gonna get that steal from you. If he can dunk on you, gonna do that. See, they dominate at the line, every aspect of the game. And to me, Jason Tatum is not at that level yet. Okay, great player. And in Boston, you know who I'm more curious about to see who's gonna play in Porzingis.
I'm glad you said that. I was thinking the same thing, Mike. I mean, the thing, I have to give it to him because I'm not a big fan of him, but he's been playing. I mean, playing well this year. I'm staying healthy for the most part. Right? But
I want to see him against Jokic. That's what I want to see.
see, I don't think they're gonna put him on Jokic, Mike. I think they're
If
gonna put Hartford on Jokic.
he go, man, listen.
I'm just,
Okay,
you know,
listen. If he go on Jokic, he gonna be on the bench because he's gonna be in foul trouble. Trust me, Porzingis is going to have to spend some time on Jokic, and I want to see what he's gonna do against Nikola, because I'm telling you, that dude is there. There is, man, he is. He has such a high basketball IQ. He beats
it's
you with
correct.
his mind. I mean, let's just be honest, man, because you
He
look at
do,
his
Mike.
Ken, there's no athleticism to him, man. He
None
is beating you
whatsoever.
with his mind, man. I'm like, this dude, he did what? I'm like, oh my God, man. He is, to see a 7-footer, man.
Do what
Dude
he
is,
do, Mike.
Man, you know what? I hear all this stuff about Wemby. Bruh, really? Look at the Joker, man. Look at what this dude does. Man, this dude be shooting some games 90% from the field. Stop it.
I saw one time, Mike. He shot, I think it was like maybe 13 out of 17. I was like, man, come on. I mean, he's so efficient, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, man. He is. He man, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that guy, man. He has everything that you could possibly need in that position and more, man. His passing skills are just ridiculous. I mean, like,
man, come on.
It's like magic level. Let's be honest. His passing is magic level. Okay?
And the thing about it, Mike, he tries to get it'd be let's just say, I'm gonna call it a segment in the game where he will try to get other players involved and get them going, and just say, okay, here, get you some shots in, But man,
bruh, his touch
MVP.
too. His touch.
Yeah.
I mean, just like his floaters, man. His three, he can take you on the three and just he can turn around on you, man, and barely even jump.
Right.
And with his shot hit, bro, it don't touch rim, bro. Okay,
yeah.
So I'm saying that dude is I don't know if Boston has the answer for him, Ken. And what you pointed out, I'm going to point to right now. Boston doesn't have an answer to him getting other people involved. You follow me now?
Yeah.
Because because Jokic is so crafty that you always have to. You can't leave him alone.
No.
So his ability, right, to be double teamed, to see the double team coming, to spin out of the double team, and to know exactly, man. Sometimes he hit Gordon, man. I'm like, man, how do you know he there? Come on, man. That's ridiculous, man. Like they are so in sync as a team, man, where he's not even, he know he there. And so, Ken, what I'm saying, I don't believe Boston has an answer to that. But we'll see. We've seen teams in the league that quote unquote were unstoppable, as in Boston, unstoppable, and then we see what happened. Okay. They fell apart, blew a 22-point lead with 9 minutes to go in the fourth.
Cleveland.
Okay, without Donovan. So we know that teams do have letdowns. Bucks won 6 straight, went to the Warriors. But listen, in closing, Ken,
off of them.
Well, the thing about it is, man, okay, Golden State, the champions, go into Boston and get the Sox just blowed off of.
Oh, man.
Okay.
50.
All right. They should have I don't know what happened. They should have walked back. Okay. So you knew, Ken, come on. You know them boys was gonna come out, man. Like, come on, man. Steph ain't gonna go over for what he go over 10 or something. Stop it. You knew they were gonna come out, man, and they were gonna play one of the best games of the season because they have pride and they were not gonna come back home and get beat down. Okay, so but it did show us. It showed us that Milwaukee is still not ready. They getting better, but they still not ready. Because I did not expect for them to win that game, but I didn't expect for them to lose like that, though.
No.
Okay, so it is what it is, man. But if you get your worst loss, okay, what is that? That third worst loss in franchise history, and you got Steph, you got Clay, you got Draymond, you got Kuminga, you got all these guys. Ken, they coming out to beat you down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's just it. And they coming out swinging. And if you can't take the punches, man, you're going to fall down. And that's what happened, man. I think with the Bucks, it was just too much, man, for them under those circumstances. Home game, embarrassed in what happened before, and I'm not getting embarrassed in front of my fans. So, hats off to them.
Yeah.
They did what they needed to do. But back to the drawing board, Doc. Back to the drawing board, bro. Hey, listen, there's still some stuff on the drawing board. You just need to add to it.
Yeah, that's true.
you just you
But they've
just
been
need
playing.
to add to it. But they looking great, Ken. So, man, listen. So, who in your opinion, in closing, who do you think is going to be a surprise in the West? Or do
I'm
you
gonna
think
go
it's
with
just a done deal with Denver?
no. I think the surprise is to me is I'll say this. I think Sacramento is going to be a surprise. I think from last year to this year,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more experience, a little bit more team chemistry. And I won't say a critic of Sabonis, but the last month, man, I think he's been averaging a triple double or double double. I mean, he's been playing well, out, lights out. I think the other night he had like 22 and 19 rebounds. I'm like, man, he was working.
Mm,
So
mm.
Fox had 41 against the Lakers or
Yeah.
40 something,
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I look for Sacramento to kind of move up just a little bit more from last year. So that that's my little dark horse. I won't say they come out the West, but I just think they'll
Mm-hmm.
compete or go farther from what they did last year.
I always loved your belief in Sacramento.
Oh, you noticed that, huh?
Yeah, you've been down with Sac, man, and I
Yeah.
ain't mad at you. You've been down with him, man, and I just if they could be consistent, that's the only
Yeah.
problem I have with
Right.
Sacramento, man. Because some games you look at them, you like, man, these
Man.
dudes gonna make some noise. The next game, you're like, what? Like what?
Yeah.
Man, is they gonna make the play in? You know what I mean? Like it's just that sort of thing, that inconsistency. But when they're hitting on all cylinders, man, they can beat anybody in the league and
Oh
has.
yeah. Right.
Let's be honest, man. Hey, going into Sacramento, man, is no cakewalk. But I still say, I think if I talk about the East, Ken, I think Orlando's going to do a good run. I'm saying
Okay.
Orlando is going to make it out of the
The play.
first round,
Okay.
and for them, that would be a
That's
great season. From where
yeah.
they been, man, it'd be a great season. So I'm looking forward to the playoffs coming up here. Every game count, Ken. Hey, you can't take no days off, but you got Donovan Mitchell. When is he coming back?
Right.
That's a big thing. We know Embiid is out. We know Cat is out now. Trey Young is out. You know what I mean? Like we got a lot of, it's this is when health in the NBA matters.
Oh,
And if you
definitely.
can't get healthy before the playoffs, guess what? You're probably going to be doing what we doing, watching it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Ken, you got the last word, brother.
Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Fox. Watch.
All right. You heard it. You heard it here, folks. Sacramento and D Fox. Take a
Yeah.
look out for him. As we like to say, the world of sports unites us. Let us take this unity in our everyday life. This is why they play the game.